All you need is your mat, your body, and maybe not even a mat. You could just have an open floor space, and that would be sufficient for this. So come on down, meet me on the floor. And as you come down to your mat, begin in a seat. Now, the seat could be like this with the legs comfortably crossed. You could be up on a pillow or a block if you have a yoga block. If you want to just stretch your legs out in front of you. Anything that'll make you feel literally grounded, like on the ground, on the floor. And then as you close your eyes, take a couple breaths that you notice, maybe for the first time today. Like, oh yeah, I'm breathing. And begin to roll your shoulders out with the breath. You build that connection of the inhale, lifting your shoulders up. The exhale, rolling your shoulders down your back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling the shoulders down your back. And take one more, up, down and back. And as you feel your shoulders stay rested down from your ears, pull up through the crown of your head. And as you feel your neck stretching straight up, the little discs on the cervical spine of the neck getting a little more space and alignment. Feel your ears pull back so they're more over your shoulders. It might feel like you're creating a little double chin. And from that place, stretch your arms overhead. Reach straight up. Spread your fingers, rotate your wrists, bend your elbows a couple times. And as you release your hands to the mat, slowly open the eyes and let the fingers either point forward or slightly out as you kick the feet out in front of you, knees bent, shoulders roll back, and then rock your knees to the left, rock your knees to the right as you go side to side. And just feeling into a little twist in the belly. You can let the hips go one way and the head go the other. And as you take one more, just consistently lift up through your chest and look up towards the sky or the ceiling. And then as you come back to center, we're actually going to lower down to the back. So as you lower down, bring your feet together. And you can come all the way down, let your head rest on the ground. Let your knees open up. And as you come down with the feet together and the knees wide, rock your hips a little left and right here. The key thing to continue with is feeling the feet plugging in, the pinky toe side of each foot plugging in. And after you rock one more time, right, left, let the knees relax open, just a couple breaths. Feel the inner thighs going right into a stretch. Now slide your hands down to your outer hips or thighs, especially if this is feeling extreme already, and let your hands help hold the weight of your thighs. Now push your knees together. And as the knees come in, now plant your feet flat on the floor, hip distance apart. Back. Notice the lumbar curve of your spine. So you feel your tailbone, pelvis, and anchored down, and then there's a little gap. You could like slide your hand under your low back. So we want to keep that natural lumbar lift. And then scan up into your shoulders. Let your shoulders rest down into the floor. And now rock your head to the left and to the right a couple times and feel a little stretch through your neck. One way, go the other way. And as you rock your head back to center, press your arms into the floor, feel your toes pointing forward, and push the shoulders down, push through the feet, and a little tuck of the tail as you lift your hips off the floor. Walk the shoulders underneath, and you're coming right into bridge pose. So it's a warming pose. You want to get a little circulation going, some blood pumping down through the hips and legs. Push your feet into the floor, roll your shoulders more into the floor, and then continue to lift your hips a little higher and a little higher yet. Now if your knees are feeling tender here, lift and spread your toes, push a little more down through your heels. Take another breath in, and slowly come down almost all the way. We're going to lift 2 more times. Push down through the feet, lift the hips up, breathe in, exhale, lower your hips almost to the floor. Take it one more time. Lift the hips up, feel the shoulders rolling down, and slowly lower your tailbone all the way to the floor. Now this time, hug your knees into your chest. Wrapping the hands around the fronts of the shins or backs of your thigh. And as As you rock across your lower back, play with where you're holding the weight. Maybe you go a little higher, more to the mid back, low back, lean more left, lean more right. And as you rock yourself more through to center, hands are on the backs of your thighs. You're going to open your legs up into the air and get that first big hamstring feeling. So feet are up, move your ankles around, spread and wiggle your toes. Bend your knees and straighten the legs. So as you bend and straighten, take one more bend and straighten. And with the hands on the backs of your thighs, now open your knees towards your shoulders. So left knee's moving to left, right knee's moving to right. It's a very loose, happy baby pose. Soles of your feet are up. Now push your knees open and then draw your knees down. And so the knees are either going towards your shoulders, armpits, or to the outside of the shoulders. And then play with opening your feet more up and flexing a little so the toes pull back, the heels push up. Stretch the inner thighs. And we move again into straight legs. In behind the thighs, exhale, bend the knees, happy baby. Do that a couple times. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knees, open the hips. Take one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend and open. Now lift the legs, hold onto the backs of the thighs, point your toes, flex your feet. Take one more little ankle circle each direction. Now as you bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, feet hip distance. Open your arms out to shoulder height and rock your knees to the right. A little bigger twist, turn your head left. And then go the other way. Knees go left, head goes right. Take one more, knees to the right, and then knees to the left. And as you come back through to center, take one more squeeze, knees to chest. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. So you're going to squeeze now your low back more into the ground, navel in, okay, belly tight, and then rock yourself all the way up and around, coming towards your tabletop. So as you spin your body around in your tabletop, spread your fingers wide and feel the wrists come right underneath your shoulders. Draw navel to spine, and as you roll the shoulders back, lift your sitting bones, lift your tailbone, lift your heart, come into cow, breathe in. Exhale, push your hands down, coil up, little tuck of your tail and cat back. Shoulders back, inhale, lift your chest, forward and up. And exhale, push your hands down, slowly arch through the back. Taking one more, shoulders back, breathe in, it's cow pose, heart lifts. Breathe out, push down, chin to chest, pull up through the belly. As you come back through to center, take your hands forward and the knees a little bit back so you actually come to a modified plank. So line up your wrist under the shoulders, and then as you walk the knees back, you're right above your kneecaps. And you can keep your knees down, or if you really want a full plank today, lift your knees up. Feel the index fingers and see the index fingers pressing down and pointing forward. And as you're in your plank, you're pushing the ground away, you're squeezing the belly in, your eyes are slightly forward, but feel the back of your neck. So you don't want the head too low, you don't want the head too forward. As you hold here, lower the tops of your knees again above your kneecaps. Bend both knees and very gently push down and forward through your hands. Roll the shoulders back. It's similar to that cow pose you just did. And now here you're stretching more through the abs. Keep pushing the fingers down and forward. And then big push back to child's pose. Hips move to heels, arms forward or back. And as you rest your hips on your heels, you want to find a place to actually rest your head. So head could be up or down in terms of being up on your hands or fists or a pillow, or all the way down on the mat. Let's take a couple breaths here, child's pose. I'm going to breathe so big that you can feel your breath moving in the belly against your thighs. Come back to your plank, and this time a downward facing dog. And if your shoulders are just shot, stay in tabletop. or stay resting. If you're coming up into downward facing dog, fingers are open wide. You want to claw a little bit with your fingers. Bend your knees, both knees, and then push your hips up and back. And then just an easy press down through one heel and the other heel. So gently pedal out, a little hamstring. One heel, other heel. Going side to side. And next time your right heel or left heel's pressing down, just hold. Hold the stretch a little longer. Just feel the back of your leg. It's not about getting your heel down. It's about just feeling the stretch, getting the length going. And as you switch, other heel presses down. Keep pushing your hands down and forward. Keeping the hips pulled high. And as you come forward to your plank with your knees up or down, pause, breathe in, and come all the way to your belly. Breathe out. You're going to take the hands back beside you, so 2 different places for your arms. As you push your hips down, you're going to roll the shoulders back, lift your thighs up, lift your chest up. Now the arms could stay right here. I suggest turn your palms to face down to the ground so you can at least get a little shoulder opening. Roll the shoulders back and lift. Now, this is a little different type of shoulder opening, but if it's there to either hold on to a towel or something behind you or interlace your fingers, you know, bend the elbows, get your shoulders on your back, and then drive your knuckles towards your feet. Lifting, remember not too high or low with your head. You want to let the neck be happy right in the middle. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come down slowly. Turn one cheek to rest, and then just kick your feet side to side. You can bend your knees. Little quad massage. Come back to center with your feet, with your head. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Take a big push up and back, child's pose. Just relax. Feel the roundedness in your spine returns. More of a cat back here. Big belly breath. Feel how it's not just a belly breath, but it moves into your low back when you breathe that low. Does it feel even, left to right? As we come back into a down dog, and again, if it's too much on your shoulders, just stay with tabletop or a modified plank. We're going to hold just a few breaths, wherever you want to hold. Maybe you're still back in child's pose. I think it's always all about listening to your body, but especially in yoga. So as you're coming into, let's say, either tabletop or down dog, you're going to lift the right leg. Stretch your right leg all the way up, bend your right knee, and open your right hip. And as you're holding the right hip open, you can just stay there, or you could take some circles with your hip. So to be up and down dog, definitely more effort. If you need to take it down a notch, just stay in your tabletop. So as you circle the right hip around, loop it one way, loop it the other way, do a couple raises. Just check that you're not putting all your weight into your left side, keeping it even in the arms. And then release the right knee back down if you're in tabletop, or release to a down dog. If you're in down dog, pedal out through your heels. As you push forward to plank, knees up or down, hold. Breathe in, slowly come down to the belly as you breathe out. One more time, take the arms back today. Give your wrists a break, roll the shoulders back, lift your thighs, lift your chest. Either stay there with the arms or interlace fingers and pull back. Breathe in. You breathe out, turn your other cheek, if you can remember, to the mat and kick your feet side to side. A little quad massage. And keep pushing the low belly, fronts of your hips down. Play with how you can add a little more or less pressure there. As your feet and your head come back to center, hands under the shoulders, big push back to child's pose, hips to heels. In this child's pose, let the hands walk over to the right side of your mat and cross your left hand over your right hand or wrist. And you're breathing through your left side. And as your hands walk over to the left edge of your mat, cross your right hand over your left hand. And take a big breath through your right side. And then as you come back through to center, we have the other leg. So whether you want to come all the way into a down dog or use your tabletop, Okay, lift your hips up, bend the knees, pedal out a little bit. Fingertips grab and push forward as you lift your left leg into the air. Hold your left leg high, bend your left knee, stack to open the hip. Keep pushing evenly through your arms and either hold or take some big loops, big circles for the left side, one way, other way. Stretch the leg, bend the knee. Again, if that's too much, come back down to your tabletop. Same idea. I'll even spin this way. Just moving through your left side. And we have one more cycle. As you lower the knee, you can either rest, or if you'd like to come forward to your plank, knees up or down, lower to the belly. Hands can come back, lift and stretch. Option to interlace fingers, roll the shoulders even more back. Breathe in, and come down as you breathe out. Big push up and back, go right into your child's pose. Rock your hips a little side to side. As we spin up and around, we're actually going to finish on our back, so we started, and we'll take pigeon on our back, on your back. If you'd rather take full pigeon, you know full pigeon, do that here. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's for another day, and just come on down. So I'm going to show the modification, that basic figure 4, but the invitation is there if you're familiar with a full pigeon, yoga pigeon. You might like to do that instead. But as you come to your back, cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Starts with a figure 4, and then you can move your right knee in and out a few times. And depending on your body, that could be enough, or lift your left foot off the floor, slide your hands behind your left thigh, roll the shoulders down, and just pull the back of your left thigh a little more in towards the belly. So the bigger feeling is going to come as you keep pulling your right toes back and pressing your right knee away, and then pulling the left thigh in. So right toes back, right knee away, left thigh in. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe into the belly. Last few breaths, room to add the left leg. We're going to stretch the left leg straight up. Pull everything in. Breathe in. Breathe out. And as you return to the floor, uncross the legs, wiggle anything out if you're taking a fuller pigeon, switching sides here. As you come back down, both feet are on the ground, left ankle crosses to your right thigh. Start there, just easy. Left knee in and out. Just clearing out your left hip, pulling the left toes back a little already. You can stay with this real easy motion. Like to add a little more stretch, lifting your right foot off the floor, threading the hands behind your right thigh, rolling your shoulders down, and as your left knee pushes away, the right thigh pulls in, and you keep opening up your toes. And apply just enough pressure. Left knee away, right thigh in, you're breathing, belly breath. Final few breaths. If you'd like to add the right leg all the way up, stretching the right leg skybound, shoulders relax, pulling a little on the back of your right thigh. And as you're ready to release, just noticing if there's anything else you'd like to take here, or any other stretches you need. If you've got a few extra minutes, take other options. Otherwise, just come on down and take a resting pose. And Shavasana is that classic resting pose in yoga, just sliding the heels out to the edges of your mat and letting your feet roll open. It's not just your feet, but it's your knees and your hips all relaxing apart. And then you can rock your head a little side to side and just feel into the neck. Is it lined up with the rest of your spine? And then rock your head to center. And then today, reach your arms up into the air. And just into so you pull the shoulder blades evenly out from underneath you, and then relax your arms. And they could rest by your sides and aiming out at a 40-ish degree angle from the shoulders. You can let the hands rest on the body if that's more comfortable. And let the next few breaths let you land here. You've done it. You've taken care of your body, your breath, reconnected. Waves of breath coming in and rolling out. It would feel nice to just stay, luxuriate in resting in Shavasana or any other real comfortable shape. Do that. If you feel called to move a little bit, eventually spread the toes and fingers, move the ankles and wrists, feel into your knees and your elbows. Start to draw into the knees, planting them. And if any of these slow steps take you to a new supportive place and you're like, I don't want to leave yet, I want to stay right here, do it. I won't stop you. Like to roll to one side, stretch an arm or two overhead, roll sideways. And again, offer is there to either stay or press up. And if you're coming up, just noticing how much effort you put in to coming up to something that's essentially still really calm and slow moving. It's like, is there a part of you that's like, all right, let's go? And what would it be like to just pause and slow things down? Have time to actually tune in, sense, breathe. So if you've come upright to a seat, hands rested on the lap, relax your shoulders. And one last invitation of the day, if you'd like to meditate, knowing that you're already meditating, you're breathing, you're feeling, you're letting your body, your mind process. If you'd like to sit upright a little bit longer, you have the time for that. I encourage you to add a few extra minutes. If this is it for today, hands to heart. Thank you for tuning